Shit, I don't know when it starts. Hey guys, Nikki here. Today I'm bringing you guys my TBR for the 2020 Reading Rush Challenge. This is an annual readathon that this year will be running from, I don't know when it starts, July 20th through the 26th. First, let's get into the challenges and I will tell you what I'm reading for each challenge. Challenge number 1, to read a book with a cover that matches the color of your birthstone. So my birthday is in February and my birthstone is amethyst, which is a purple color. The book I'm reading for this challenge is Unforgettable You by Brenda Novak. This is a second chance contemporary romance set on the beach, it looks like. I've heard that Brenda Novak is a really fantastic author. This will be the first book I have by her. We'll see how I like it. The second challenge is to read a book that starts with the word the. So for this challenge, I'm reading The Beautiful by readathon. This is sort of a historical fantasy mystery that's set in 1800s New Orleans. Sounds like it's going to be really interesting. I know I've heard a lot of people say this was like a vampire book, but I don't know that it's actually necessarily a vampire book, but it does have some type of dark mystical creatures of some sort. So looking forward to getting into this one. The third challenge is to read a book that inspired a movie you've already seen. So for this one, I'm reading Stealing Home by Cheryl Woods. Even though this isn't actually a movie, this is a book that was turned into a Netflix series that I recently binged season 1 on Netflix. I am definitely looking forward to reading that book, possibly carrying on with that series since season 1 just left off in a total cliffhanger. I am interested to find out what happens, and it was kind of up in the air if they would actually renew for season 2, which I think has finally been confirmed. Might be a little while. So that is something I'm looking forward to. I just really enjoyed the story, but I really enjoyed the characters, the friendships. I figured I would go back and read the book because the books are always better. Number 4 is to read the first book you touch. This one, I'll be honest, I totally cheated, but I recently did the review of 28 Summers by Elin Hilderbrand and subsequently read Winter in Paradise, which was also awesome. Not quite as awesome as 28 Summers, but pretty close. So I can either move on to, what is the next one? I actually have it sitting here with me to start reading right now. What Happens in Paradise, but that's not the one I'm going to be reading next week. I'm going to be reading that right now today. So ignore that like you didn't even see it. But I figured I would try a different Elin Hilderbrand book, The Perfect Couple. This one is also set on Nantucket, which most of Elin Hilderbrand's novels are set on Nantucket. That's where she actually lives, I believe. It sounds kind of like a murder mystery involving a wedding. I think it's going to kind of mix up some genres that I enjoy reading, and so I am looking forward to that one. I hope it's a good one, but that's the one I will be reading for that challenge. Number 5 is read a book completely outside of your house. So as you can see, I am outside my house right now. I am actually in my backyard. You can see my hammock in the background. Usually at some point in about mid-evening, the sun will go down far enough that the fence back there will shade where my hammock is. That's when I really like to come out here and lay in my hammock and read a book. So that is where I will be reading at least one of these books, if not all of them. Since I'm working from home right now, I do spend a lot of time out here in my backyard, and I have a lot of shade. I have different umbrellas, and I have my pergola that I have a shade tarp on top of. I also have my mimosa tree over here that I like to put a palette underneath and read underneath that as well. So always a good time. Number 6 is read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of. So for me, this is not necessarily a genre, but a format, I guess, that I'm just going to count. So I don't read very many graphic novels, and so I decided I would read Faith Taking Flight by Julie Murphy for this one. And this just looks like a really fun YA contemporary graphic novel, kind of with a little bit of a paranormal spin. This follows a high school teenager that is plus size and she starts noticing people's pets, and then actual people start going missing in her town. She seems to be the only one who's tying these disappearances with this new drug. I think that's gonna be fun. It looks like a quick, interesting read, and I will be interested to see how that looks. The final challenge, number 7, is read a book that takes place on a different continent from where you live. I may be cheating a little bit on this one as well, because I think the spirit of this particular challenge is to read a different culture from your own. I decided to use Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert for this particular challenge, simply because this book is set in the UK. This one was already on my TBR for this month, and I still need to get it knocked out, so I figured I would kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone on this one and use it for my reading challenge. So that is it. I'm definitely interested to know what you guys are reading, what's on your TBR. So if you guys want to let me know in the comments, I look forward to seeing what everybody's reading and maybe getting some other ideas for myself as well, if I am able to get through these 6 books that I have selected. So that is it. I will see you guys soon. Be sure and subscribe to see more bookish content from yours truly, and we will talk to you guys later. Bye.